Hello, everybody. How's it going? Glad to see so many wonderful people here in the chat. We have MooseTube, we have Devin, Paco, Ezekiel is here, Joe is here, Nathan Klein is here. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to change this to pop-out chat, and I need to change it to live chat to make sure in case Chung King, who's always watching, if he's here. Don't see him here yet. Chris is here, Pokemon Auburn, Eric Whitaker. So much fun. Great. Lots of good times ahead for us here tonight. So we have 2 boxes, all the breaks are full. There's 2 boxes of these Civil War breaks. Oh, sweet, Nathan. Okay, will do. And excited about this. We're doing the same style we've done. We're going to open the box, see what's inside, and then we're going to randomize the names for the 9 people who are in the break. And hopefully you're here. I know some are watching on Twitter, and we'll go through the boxes, and you get to do kind of like a hit draft. Pick your card that you want. So we're looking forward to that. Something is happening down at the end of the street here at the quarry. So Auni just texted, and I just called her right before I jumped on it, so I was a few minutes late. She said that there's police officers and ambulances and fire trucks and stuff all down at the end of the street, and they're taking the gator up there, which means one of 2 things: someone hurt themselves by climbing on the rock crusher, or somebody jumped off the rock crusher, because that's a popular place where people do that too. So, man, this is like in the last week, 2 weeks now, this is like the 3rd time police and fire trucks, everybody's been down there. One time here at our house because of that incident I shared with all of you, and then now 2 other times. Actually, the day after that happened, there was fire trucks, and then now tonight there's more stuff. Auni says they took a stretcher up right now, so interesting. Auni, keep an eye out to see if the stretcher comes back. If it comes back with a body bag, that would be insane. We had a case a while ago where somebody was going to jump, I think, but they didn't. But I think typically what happens is people just they go up there and they climb, and it's dark, and then they fall or whatever. So Auni updates. Auni will keep us updated throughout the break. Oh, I can hear the helicopter. Helicopter's overhead too now. Oh boy, this is exciting. Not very exciting. It's not good. It's definitely not good, but it feels like this is like an every week thing now. But anyway. Got my Knoebels coffee cup here. We're hoping to make a trip to Knoebels sometime this year because it is the 50th anniversary of Haunted Mansion there. My favorite dark ride ever in existence. So we're excited about that. But anyways, there are 3 cars parked there for up at the quarry. I saw a car go down there like super fast, and that was just before you took Orson up to bed. So, man, yeah, helicopter's outside now. This is exciting. My office sits out towards the back of the house, so the quarry's like up ahead here to the left. So, if you listen, I don't know if you guys can hear. I don't know if you can hear the circling helicopter. Oh. Yes, Auni reporting live. Yeah, for those that missed the other story, we had a kid show up at our house. It was late at night. I heard someone yelling in outside. Oh, nice, Nate. That's a good test for your earbuds. There was a kid outside who was, he got jumped. He got beaten up. It ended up being a setup. But anyways, he was outside right by our mailbox. And I called him inside because he was all bloody. He was covered in blood. So I called him inside, called the police. EMTs came, everyone else came. It was a whole big thing. So that was last week, a week from Sunday, from yesterday. So, but anyway, we are here for not that. Although Auni will keep us with the updates live and reporting. Auni Johnson. But we are going to go ahead and get this, the A&N, the Auni News Network, and we're going to get this this break underway. So here's our boxes. Box 1 on top, box 2 there on the bottom. I want to show up the latest pickup for these cards that I got here. $5 Altuve. If we pull a Jose Altuve out of these boxes, then a terrible mistake is in place. And yes, we should we should bust it. So anyways, here's my latest pickup here, Historic DNA. This is George Pickett and William Quantrill hair relics. Very, very neat. For those that didn't see it, I also got this bad boy right here, Abraham Lincoln hair relic. Now this one is numbered 39 out of 67. So there's more of Abraham Lincoln hair relics, I think, than there is some other ones. This one is 23 out of 32 on the dual for Pickett and Quantrill. And then the Garrison John Brown one is the rarest that I have right now, 3 of 9. So that one's much more rare. But kind of been picking these up, getting some good deals on them, and it's kind of fun. And it's a neat little collection, I think. So, and I like the way the cards look too. I like this the little embossing of the Historic DNA, and then the background here with the flags, and then the hair sample in the picture. I think it's pretty nice. So maybe someone tonight will pull a hair DNA relic. We've done that before. So let me read off for who is in box number 1 here. In box number 1, we have Calvin Thomas, we have SS Gred 4, Joe B, Devin, Brandon A, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted Dastic Jr., Paco, and Devin. Some people have come to their cars. Okay, all right. So we have some progress being made. Some people have made their way to their cars. So let me go ahead and I'll show this to you here, just so it's on the screen, so everyone knows who they are, who is in this break. So let me do this. All right, so here's everyone again. This is box number 1. If you don't see your name, don't freak out. We still have another box. You're probably in that one. So Calvin with 1 spot, SS Gred, Joe B, Devin, Brandon, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted Dastic, Paco, and Devin. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 spots per box. The last couple of spots, we've been giving away those base cards. Basically, you'll kind of get to choose those. I think a lot of people are here, which is good, but I know that some people aren't going to be able to be here. So it might take some time. We'll post on Twitter, and we'll go from there. But yeah, just keep this, keep your pickings and all these other things too. Lincoln hair, because he lost most of it during press look photos in the beginning, war really took a toll on him. That's interesting, Moose. Yeah, so this one, I'm not 100% sure when this particular hair sample came. I know it was because the research I've done and the auction I looked at from where the hair from this collection came from was this. It's on the back of the card. The guy's name was, it's not on the back of the card. It's on their website, Historic Autographs website. The guy is like one of the most renowned Abraham Lincoln collectors, and it was on display in his home in Missouri in a frame, this lock of hair. That's what was purchased, and that's where it was, and that's what the auction was that I believe this particular hair sample came from. But it doesn't say where it came from, like at what point it was taken. But the other one that I have here, this the John Brown William Lloyd Garrison. Oh, I'm up there. The John Brown William Lloyd Garrison card. That one came from the John Resnikov from University Archives collection, and his collection, he has in his hair collection Abraham Lincoln hair relic, which was taken after his death, and there's like a line that it was passed down to. It was clipped from the death. So that's interesting. The John Brown one that I have here, based on what the Resnikov guy said in an interview that I watched, in an article that I read, is that this one was taken after John Brown was hung. The mortician that was prepping his body clipped a piece of his hair, and it was passed down and eventually sold. And so it's been traced back to that. So that one is documented. It actually has a card and a note, like where it came from, and it was tied in a bow and everything. So really, really interesting. But Resnikov also is mentioning in this interview that I watched that back in Civil War era time, when generals and famous people would come in, instead of asking for an autograph like we do today, people would ask for clips or locks of their hair. So it wasn't necessarily an uncommon thing to have people going through and sort of getting pieces or locks of hair from famous people. And so it's possible that some are even just passed like that. Someone says, "Oh, may I have a lock of your hair?" And he's sure. They pull a couple hairs, they have scissors, and they cut some off. Kind of an interesting sort of thing. Bring it back, start doing that. "Oh, it's so glad to meet you. Can I cut your hair? Can I have a piece of that hair?" And then start making my own relic cards. But they'd be like people that are only like semi-famous, like the greeter at Walmart sort of thing. That would be a fun card. Or Target cashier person. Look at this. Aunie's reporting and she's giving us some interesting facts. So anyways, that's true. That's right, Moose. Yep. So yeah, actually one of the cards that's in these boxes, well, could be in these boxes, is one of those tokens, those love token things, where they would take a penny or something and they would scratch it down and engrave the initials of a loved one that would be sent back home. And sometimes they'd send that back with hair too. So interesting. I'm very, very excited for the break. Excited to see what these boxes have in store. So those are the ones in box one: Calvin, SS Grad, Joe B, Devin, Brandon, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted Dastic, Paco, and then Devin again. Everyone's getting a piece of Joe's hair. So we're going to open up box number one. That's the box here on top. I'm setting box number two off to the side for now. So box number one, is the box that is on top. And let me do this. I accidentally just opened up, I pressed one button and I accidentally opened Apple Music, which I don't even have a thing for. All right, so here we go. Better than a toenail. Hard pass, says Moose. All right, so here's box numero uno. And you can see the seal here, the sticker, and then the seal on the sides. And we'll do our best to open this box up and try to get all the base cards out first and work through those. And even the base cards, again, they're going to be 10 or lower, numbered to 10 or lower, with a good chance of getting a 1 of 1. And these are the Platinum Club boxes, so you have more cards per box. That's why we've been able to give away some of the base cards. And you have rarer, higher percentage of hitting better things. And whether it was an accident or not, last time we opened this product, we ended up getting 2 handwritten Abraham Lincoln relics. All the big guns have backed out. Police are still over talking to people at 3 cars. Interesting. Very good. Never a dull moment here in our household. So we'll see what this one has in store for us. Okay, there's the bottom of the box. Very good. Our nice, beautiful felt pad. Actually, I'm going to keep that out because I have this here. So let me see if I can take this out. Again, they're presented very, very well, which is nice with the neat felt. All right, that is it. And then this is your checklist here. Go tell them people that you have a right to know details. That's right. I feel like we do because we live so close. All right, there we go. That's the end of the box. So let me look here and see if I can get some of these base cards up at the front. Okay, let's do this. All right, here we go. Starting off with a George McClellan, one of the worst generals. Take a spatula and use it like a microphone. Reporting live from the quarry. George McClellan, not a good general. Drove Lincoln mad. Let's see what this one's numbered out of. 3 of 5. It's a good way to start things off. 3 of 5 on the George McClellan, though. Very nice. Loss of the sons, Willie and Joe. Willie and Joe, loss of the sons. This is 4 out of 5. Loss of a son was suffered by Northern President Lincoln and Southern President Davis. William Wallace Willie Lincoln died of typhoid fever, and Joseph Evan Davis died after falling from the second-floor balcony of the Confederate Executive Mansion. Oh boy. Loss of the sons. John Wilkes Booth. Let's see. This could be a big one depending on what it is numbered out of. Sus, says Moose. You got that right. And 4 of 10. 4 of 10 on that one. It'd be great to pull a 1 of 1. Abe Lincoln, 1 of 1. Robert E. Lee, 1 of 1. John Wilkes Booth. That would be pretty impressive. Dr. Mary Walker, only female Medal of Honor. That's a cool card there. Again, like the little parallel there, the kind of rainbow color parallel on the outside. That's 9 out of 10. Now we have the first income tax. The first income tax. Oops, turning this way. The cost of war. That's numbered 6 out of 10. She's a handsome woman. Cars are gone. Going slow. You better, Auni says. Very good. 6 out of 10. So those are the base cards. Not too shabby. Now we get into some of the dirt relics. Shannon's favorite. Shannon's not in this break this time, so no dirt relics for her. And I don't know if she's watching, but maybe she'll watch the replay. And the dirt relics will be able to hold over her. All right, here we go. Let's see. They're not sticking, but it's like static. Dirt relic number 1. I haven't seen this one yet. James Garfield Birthplace Dirt Relic. This is Moreland Hills, Ohio. Okay, says Nathan. First time that we've seen this dirt relic here. And that's 1 out of 200 on that one. That's interesting. We've seen plenty of battlefields, but never James Garfield Birthplace Dirt Relic. That's pretty neat. Up next, we have the Siege of Petersburg Dirt Relic. The Siege of Petersburg Dirt Relic. I believe we have seen this one before. June 9th, 1864 to March 25th, 1865. And this one's numbered 1 of 200. There we go. Had a hard time finding it there for a second. And then we have another dirt relic coming up here. I'm going to hide the next card because typically that's usually a nice card spell. That's going to be one of the coin cards, I believe. Let's take a look. The Battle of Fort Pickens dirt relic. This, I think, is actually sand in here. That's a thick card. You can tell that's bulging. It's kind of hard to see that sand is bulging out there. You can see it in the back, how depressed. There you go. There's a good look. It's so depressed there. It's bulging out. Yeah, it's not even summer, and there's already so many people, just so many incidents down here. This is 1 out of 200 on the Battle of Fort Pickens. Dirt relic, sand relic. Really nice card there. So some good dirt relics, one we haven't seen yet. All right, let's go ahead and start enjoying some of the nicer hits here. Let's take a look. With a penny, a 1 cent 2009 Professional Life Bicentennial Cent Lincoln, 1 out of 250. Nothing crazy on that one. Nothing super crazy there, but we've seen that one before. But it's a nice card, nice shiny penny. It's a cool little presentation. All right, so that gets us through those things. Let's start looking at some of the better hits now. Here we go. Let's take a look. What do we have right here? We have Civil War, 1860 cent. South Carolina secedes, 1 of 25. That is, I think, the lowest numbered, I want to say that's the lowest numbered coin we've pulled so far. And that is a pretty good example. No, it's not an active quarry. It's actually, it should be a historical site. Oh, moose. That's not fun. Very nice example here. That's a very clean coin. That's definitely the nicest one that I've seen so far. Probably why it's 1 of 25. So very nice on that one. I think I'm a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we only have 1 card left. I'm a little bit not disappointed, but for some reason I thought we should be expecting at least another big card. But look at that. We got the Platinum Club Rose Petal Relic. We've pulled this. This is our 3rd time pulling this one, I believe. The Pink Rose Relic. Love this one. So this was one that was a piece of a rose that was presented for a morning presentation that was assembled by Robert Todd Lincoln. And this was for Mrs. Gideon Welles, the wife of Gideon Welles, Lincoln's Secretary of the Navy. And this was shortly after Lincoln's funeral. But it was comprised for that. So I still have yet to see this card. I know a couple people that have got it. I know one person has already sent it in, I believe. So I'm waiting to see how long it will take for them to get, the card or whatever it is. But Yeah, this is our third one, so really neat card. I think Joe got one of the other ones as well. You mailed yours last Monday, so yeah, Joe will have to let us know too once he hears back. But that's it for the box. I thought, I'm a little bit disappointed actually. Maybe I'm going crazy, but typically we have at least one more sort of big hit, at least from the boxes that we've pulled so far. Let me just double check. There's no other cards there. I mean, am I crazy? Or has it just been... I mean, I know it's been like a week, but typically we're pulling something like this. We're pulling, coin cards. I know this is a low-numbered one, but usually we're getting one other handwritten word. Something. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, there are extra cards. It's actually, you're only supposed to get, for a regular box, you're only getting 9 cards. We've got 11 cards here. But, a little bit disappointing, I'd say, on that box. But the rose card makes up for it. And actually, I think this penny one does too. That's pretty nice. But we will see. All right, so you're hoping really for spot number 1, at the least spot number 2. Spots 3 through 9, I apologize. It's just the way that it is. Not the best box, unfortunately. That's the worst box. Out of all the boxes, all boxes have been really good. That one so far has been not the best. All right, let's take a look here. We have all of our people here: Calvin, SS Gred, Joe B, Devin, Brandon, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted Dastic Jr., Paco, and Devin. So let's go to the dice roller. I'm gonna roll some dice. Here we go. 5 times. We're gonna randomize this list 5 times. Whoever shows up on top is going to have their choice of cards, and I think I know which one you are going to pick. Here we go. 5 times, right? Let me double check my dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Best of luck. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Oh, Gryffindor Cubs, spot number 1. Gryffindor Cubs in spot number 1. SS Gred, unfortunately, down in the bottom at spot number 9. Joe B, your luck did not go with you this time. As you are pulling up the rear. Not the rear, but further down. All right, let me do this. Let me go ahead and get this up here for you. Kelly, you're here. I was gonna pick that for you anyway, because I figured that was the one that you were gonna want. That's the obvious choice, I think, here. So Kelly, Gryffindor Cubs, has chosen the Lincoln card. You made it. Great choice. Get back to work, Kelly. All right, so Lincoln Rose petal card going to Kelly, Gryffindor Cubs. Again, if you send that in to get redeemed, please let me know. And when it comes back, that would be great. Excited to see what that one's going to look like. All right, put my stack over here. Okay, up next is Ted Dastic Jr. Ted Dastic Jr. I don't know if Ted is... Yeah, Brent, you were the other one. You pulled one as well, and someone else I think pulled another one too. So that might be our fourth. That might actually be our 4th rose card. But the only rose card we care about is the autographed rose card that sits right behind me, thanks to our good friend Paco. Yeah, 1860 coin card is pretty cool, and that's 1 of 25. So I'm assuming that's what's going to go next. So Ted Dastic Jr. I don't know if he's if he's here. Let me see. Let me pull up the Twitters. Ted Dastic Jr. Let me see. Vlad Jr. is still a base. Wow. With the pickoff thing too, baseball is moving so fast. I just watched the Guardians game like for the first time this past week. It's moving so fast. I can't believe it. It's tough for me to get used to. It seems like quite the change of pace from last year. Obviously, I know with the pitch clock, but it's just like it seems so fast. There you go. There you go, Ezekiel. That's how it's done. Yeah, Joe. Disney card. All cards have been sent out. You should be seeing those hit your mailboxes here pretty soon. Thing from the Addams Family. Nope, not quite. All right, we are Breaks the Warboxes. I'm writing this to Ted. Your pick. I don't even know if I'm not even sure. Go. Oh, Moose. Moose, I need the Yankees to win. I need them to beat the Twins. I need the Yankees to beat the Twins. All right, I'm gonna have to take a picture here. I'm not even sure. No, that's fine, Moose. I think everything there is fine. I think everybody there is okay. It would have been a little bit more serious. No problem. All right, I'm going to take a picture here of the cards and send them to Ted and the group there. I don't even know if Ted is... This is the first break that they've been in, and I haven't even really checked to see if they paid. So I'm assuming he would take that coin. That's just my assumption, though. So we can kind of go off that and work from there. I love the lights I put up in my office, but it also causes a terrible glare on the cards when I go to take pictures. So I'll take it in two sections here. 1 and 2. All right, let me send this off to the Twitter world for those who are in the group chat for this particular break. And we will go from there. Blah, 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 blah. All right, who is up next after this? That's fine, Moose. I miss your quips, so I'll take them. I'll take all the quips. You sense dirt in your future. All right, let's assume, if we can go back and verify on Twitter, but let's assume that Ted takes the coin. That would be the probably the safe assumption, I would think. All right, so then Calvin would take the other penny. Take the penny, okay. And then Paco. Is Paco still here? Paco, what would you take? What would you take? You have 3 Dirt Relic cards and the base cards. Three Dirt Relic cards. We have Battle at Fort Pickens. Pick Your Dirt. Pick Your Fighter. Siege of Petersburg. James Garfield, which is the first time I've seen this card, so that's new. 1 of 200. I think they're all 1 out of 200 as well. So all the same rarity, 1 out of 200 on the Dirt Relic cards. So you pick your Dirt Relic card, Paco, or you can pick a base card. Some people, maybe you'd rather have a base card. Maybe you'd rather go for the base. We've got First Income Tax, which is over here. Dr. Mary Walker, John Wilkes Booth, The Loss of the Sons, and George McClellan. Or a Handsome Woman card. Maybe that's where Devin's going. I'm going to take that Handsome Woman. Maybe Paco's not here either. Let me ask Paco. I'll send it on the tweeters to Paco. He's a busy man. Let's see. Paco, 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 Paco. Paco, 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 Paco. I have a VeggieTales song stuck in my head because Orson was just watching him. Oh, there's Paco. I'll take a Dirt Relic card. Lowest number, please. Well, they're all the same lowest number, but we haven't had this one yet. So I think you should go with this one because we haven't pulled this one yet. So that's different. That's new. So I think you should take that one, Paco. That would be my suggestion. Because you might actually have one of these other two. Since you don't look at your cards, you might actually have one of these other two. You never know. Excuse me. All right, Devin, you got 2 picks. You can either choose both Dirt Relic cards, or you can choose a Dirt base. You can choose 2 base, whatever you want. Your choice. You got Battle Fort Pickens, Siege of Petersburg. Other 2 Dirt for Devin. In honor of Shannon, the Dirt Relic Queen, Devin challenges that a title and takes the 2 Dirt Relics. Brandon, I don't know if you're here, Brandon. Is Brandon A here? Brandon A, are you here? Brandon A, I haven't seen you come into the chat, I don't think. We got 9 out of 10, 3 out of 5. I'm going to organize these by rarity. 3 or 4 Dirt. Well, you just got 2 there. You only had 1. You had a couple. I feel like you've had to have a few more than that. 6 of 10, 4 of 10, 3 of 5. All right, so we have 2 numbered out of 5 and the rest numbered out of 10. So our out of 5s are this one, George McClellan. Those are out of 5. And then these bottom ones, John Wilkes Booth, The Handsome Lady, and The First Income Tax. Those are down here. You never, Nathan? I feel like we've had so much dirt. There should be enough dirt to go around for everybody. No, no, Paco, it's fine. I just think it would be so interesting to like have like a series where Paco goes through all of the cards that I've sent him and to see, because you have cards from probably the first breaks we've ever done, and I just feel like it would be so interesting because I probably would have forgotten that I even opened some of the cards that you have and be like, oh, I forgot about that. You're sitting on, I'm sure, quite a landmine of cards. All right, I don't think Brandon is here either, but let me go ahead and let me see. And Ted's not responding, so that's not good. He might be busy. That's fine. We'll just have to wait on Ted. But Ted also has a spot in the next box too, so hopefully he can watch soon, so we can talk people through it. Let me get a hold of Brandon and see. Okay. I should. Paco doesn't live too terribly far away, which is nice. Yeah, you have to be careful about how much you collect. Yeah, I know that'd be great. I know we've talked about that before actually, so that would be a fun time. It would be nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think. You're probably what, 2.5 hours away? I would think something like that, maybe 3. I'm not sure how long it would take, but it's not too terribly far. Let me take a picture of these. Yeah, 2.5 and 3. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not terrible. All right, we'll see if Brandon, I know he's done a good job getting a hold of me through Twitter. He's been in these breaks before. So we'll see what Brandon wants. And then after that, it'll be Joe B and then SS Gred 4. Just pay with the 1863 coins. Just rip them out of the card, and here you go. Take my dirt, take my coins, have your taxes, and pay the property tax from what it would have been way back when. right, nothing there yet. There you go. That's true. Yeah, if it came from your county, then you absolutely have. You have done that. All right, Joe. Just give me a idea, Joe, just of what you would choose. If depending on whatever he chooses, but just give me an idea of what you would choose out of these ones that are left. Let me get my keyboard out of the way. We've got property tax, John Wilkes Booth, Dr. Mary Walker, the Suns. Okay, so Joe would take the Suns potentially. Can't take the Sky. You can't. Sky relic card incoming. I'm just gonna put your name tentatively on the Suns. SS Gred. Is SS Gred in here? SS Gred. You in here? I know your name on YouTube is something else, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. It's Eric. Eric, right? Eric Whitaker. You were in here earlier. What would you choose, Eric? Assuming maybe that Brandon would take the George McClellan out of 5. He could take the John Wilkes Booth, though. Whichever one he doesn't, and then, depending on what this happens here. This is just tentative until we get back. It might all be mixed up depending on what I hear back from Ted Dastic. But again, it's a pretty safe assumption he would take that coin card, I think. That would be my guess. All right, we're gonna have to. I guess we've hit a snag on this one. So let me keep these ones. I'll pack these ones up and put a note on them that these are in box number 1. My pretty blue bonnet. You guys are quoting a movie now. I'm not sure what movie you're quoting. I wish I knew. Is that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? That's all I can think of. All right, box number 1 cards. So I'm putting a note tentatively for these ones. Firefly. Sorry. Never seen it. Heard about it. I know a lot of people are big fans of it. All right, so box number 1 cards. I'll put these off to the side. Yes. There was a guy at my church I remember who was like super into that show, and I think they did they cancel it? Was there talks about them bringing it back or something like that? Because I just remember I feel like there was the thought of maybe they were gonna like pick it up and do another season, and they were pretty pumped about it. But I know it's a little bit of an older show now. There you go, Eric. Depending on which, if you're still here, Eric. Depending on which card Brandon would choose, this would be your choice of cards here for you to choose. So you could choose 2 of these. I'm assuming he might take this out of 5. So you would get to choose 2 of these, then the next one would go to Joe. Whatever's left would go to Joe. So which ones would you choose? You have Dr. Mary Walker, John Wilkes Booth, and the first income tax, if you're still here. And then we'll get box number 2 running, and we'll see how that goes. Eric. That's better than Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe Movie Serenity. Interesting. Wow. All right, I'm going to set these off to the side. We'll have to take care of all this later. There's a strange box and a difficult assembly. Let's hope Ted Dastic Jr. doesn't get the first spot. Otherwise, that'll be the end of the break. Very interesting, Nathan. That's fun. All right, let's go to box number 2. Let me input the names. It's almost all the same people here for box number 2, minus Calvin. We have SS, or we have, who do we have? Todd M. So it's basically all the same people, but we have Todd M. Oh, Brian. I don't know if Brian's in here. Brian, I didn't see your thing is your tweet did not show up until just now. It's all full. That stinks. All right. Let me load up the next list here. What would the equivalent of Firefly be for like a show today? Taking ads in the paper. What would the equivalent be? So I can like compare it to something. Because I don't even know like what it's about. It's got like some supernatural type elements in it, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. Really? It'd be like that? Some like vigilante, lightning, Firefly, space cowboys. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy, space cowboys. Interesting. Okay, that's nothing what I was thinking. That's nothing what I was. That's not at all what I was like envisioning. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Has more Western than space. All right. You guys are. This is good. You guys give me a good description of what the show is. Now I'm kind of intrigued to maybe go watch it. All right. Let me. Yeah, I know it does, right? I feel like I probably would enjoy that. All right. This is for box number 2. Let me show you what we have here. We have SS Grad, Joe B, Devin, Todd M, Brandon, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted Dasick Jr., Paco, and Devin. Send it my way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 spots again for box number 2. Sending it to you 15 times. And we will, again, open the box first here on box number 2, and then we'll see what lies inside. Again, we might hit a snag here with people choosing, you know, what they want from the box, just because of the what are we calling it here? Because of the lack of people responding. So depending on the order, we might have to do that. But Platinum Club sticker. There we go. Hopefully they keep these things nice separate. All right, seal. The seal. It's there. Where is it? There's the seal. Let's pop this bad boy open. Let's hope for something a little bit better than our last box. Used to expecting a little bit more, especially how these Platinum Cup boxes. But again, we did get more. We're getting more than 9 cards, so that's good. All right, here we go. Box number 2. If you're in box number 2, this is your box. Here we go. Let me flip this over. Oh, it's a Fox show. Be prepared for disappointment ends with no ending. Box there. Oh, very nice. He's in it. Very good. We've pulled a couple of his autographs, I think, right? Star Wars stuff. All right, and then here's our checklist. Let's see if we can get these hits here. Okie dokie artichokes. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Interesting. Here we go. Box number 2. We're starting off here first with Aang and Cheng, Siamese twins. Aang and Cheng, Siamese twins. Oh, we got something behind it. Let's cover that up. And this is 2 out of 5. Okay, so off to a good start so far. 2 out of 5. Aang and Cheng, Siamese twins. We do have a nice little hit here that was seemingly stuck in between. And this is going to be James Jackson Dana, Union Brevet Brigadier General, historic autograph written word. That's what I like to see there. Document there on the back. You can see where that came from. Is that the truth with the Siamese twins? Or is that a joke? Because it made me giggle. But I have to read the back of the card. I should probably do that, right? And see if you're telling me the truth. Close runner. Joke, short. I mean, kind of, because actually it says that he was drafted. It says it was drafted here. Listen, let me read this to you because this is interesting, okay? They were conjoined Siamese American twins who caused the phrase Siamese twins to refer to conjoined twins in general. They originally came from Siam, now Thailand, endured a life of touring, beginning dressed in Chinese clothes and freak shows and moving up the social ladder, becoming Southern gentry, buying a 700-acre plantation in North Carolina, marrying and acquiring 33 slaves. At the outbreak of the Civil War, Union General George Stoneman led a cavalry raid through North Carolina. After he raided Eng and Cheng's town, he put the names of all local men into a lottery. Eng's name was drawn, Cheng's was not. So Eng Bunker was drafted into the Union Army, but he was released from the obligation when the Army realized that he has a conjoined twin. However, the twins' eldest sons, Christopher and Stephen, went on to fight for the Confederate Army. Both survived the war, but Christopher was captured and spent nearly a year as a POW. There you go. Interesting. Very interesting on that one. And then here we go. James Jackson Dana with the written word. Kind of a neat, got Washington, D.C. on there. That's not written, that's printed, but then you got the written words underneath. Neat card, very neat card. We'll put that off to the side. Fox pulled off the air for the World Series and bring it back, but then they scrapped it. Oh, man, why do stations always get rid of like everyone's favorite shows, and then they put in like shows that no one likes, and they're like, oh, this is good. No one likes them. Philip Sheridan, Junior Major General. Philip Sheridan. This is numbered 6 of 10. 6 out of 10. Joshua Chamberlain, Union Brevet Major General. Joshua Chamberlain. Did he die? I want to say he died. Did he die? Nope, he did not. Instrumental in winning the Battle of Gettysburg. Joshua Chamberlain. That one was numbered 9 out of 10. And then we will end it here with Jeb Stuart. J.E.B. Stuart, Confederate Major General. That's 5 out of 10. J.E.B. Stuart, 5 out of 10. So I think all of those were out of 10. Oh no, we did have 1 out of 5. The Eng and Cheng was out of 5. All right, let's continue on here. We have some dirt relics coming up. Battle of Gettysburg dirt relic. We've had this one before. I think maybe only one other time. This one's not quite as common for us. It's numbered out of 200, so 1 of 200 on the Gettysburg dirt relic. Very nice card there. Nice picture, and then you get the dirt. Interesting. You guys are good for TV show facts. I like it. Pikachu faced with people tuning in and getting invested. All right, we have the Ford's Theater dirt relic. I think this is the 3rd time we've pulled this. The Ford's Theater dirt relic in Washington, D.C. That is numbered also out of 200. 1 of 200. Going with our 3rd dirt relic, and I'm going to cover up whatever our next card is. Probably a coin card. Hello, Daryl. Get ready for everyone's favorite game. Pick your dirt. Battle of Fredericksburg dirt relic. We've seen this one as well. That is 1 of 200. So all of our dirt relics for both boxes have been out of 200. Here we go. Let's begin to pull what should be some better hits. Oh, we have the 2012 Benjamin Harrison presidential dollar. That is 1 of 100 on that one. We've pulled a couple. I don't know if we've pulled Harrison yet. Maybe one other time. We pulled a few of the Lincolns and a couple of the other ones. So neat, better than the penny, I would say. Kind of a neat card, nice and shiny. Very good. 2012 Benjamin Harrison presidential dollar. All right, let's see. What do we have going on here? Seriously. All right, 1864 2-cent. I don't know if we've pulled this one yet or not either. 1864 2-cent. 1 of 40. That might be the first 2-cent we've pulled. That's in pretty good condition there as well. It's got nice lines. You can see it pretty clearly. It's not too distorted. You can read "In God We Trust" on the back there. 1864 2-cent, 1 of 40. Neat. And we have one card left, so a little bit of a better box. We had the dirt relics, the coins. We got that one. We got what I would consider kind of like the extra, looking for that. Now we have one card left. Let's see what it is. Oh, 2 cards left. My apologies. What is this? Oh my goodness. Orland Smith. 56 of 108. Union Brevet Brigadier General. Wow, what a nice looking card. There's one more card under here too. So they really stack this box. This one makes up for the other one. Orland Smith, 56 out of 108. I've seen a couple of these. This is the craziest looking one that I've seen. This looks like it's on a, what does it say here? Cancel by the something and trust company. Land and Trust Company, maybe? Interesting. It even has the date of when it was signed. 1886. Wow, look at that. And you see the signature there on the bottom. What a neat card that is. Very nice. Very cool. Tax bill for dirt. All right, we got one card left. And it is going to be, yes, indeedy. Oh, choices, choices, choices. Abraham Lincoln Authentic Handwriting Sample. What a box. The word on this one says driven. Driven. And again, the document on the back. What could you imagine? Could you imagine if there was a dirt, if it said dirt on there? That would be amazing. That card. Could you imagine if it said hoe cakes? That would be unbelievable. So this one says driven. That's our third, I believe, we have pulled, because we have the 2 in the 1 box there. Abraham Lincoln Authentic Handwriting Sample. That's what I was expecting to see. Surprised the other box was such a dud. This is what I was expecting to see. All right, so we have our driven. Beautiful card. This also, though, is an amazing autograph. Very nice. We have the written word as well. The 2-cent. Very nice. Also, thought it said Devon. It almost looks like Devon. Devon's hoping that she gets the top spot. Ooh, look at Nathan writing. Oh, Nathan has the where this word comes from the letter. Look at that. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day. Look at Nathan coming in clutch. Wow. That's much more than a word now, because what a sentence that is. Interesting. Oh, you're saying possibly one of his more favorite quotes of faith. Oh, I thought you looked up the document. You're up here giving me thinking that it's this. I mean, the thing is on the back. Maybe it's on there. I thought that's what it was. Spewing all these facts out here, Nathan. I was just accepting. All right, coins, dirt, base cards. Let's see who's getting what. Best of luck, everybody. Here we go. This is box number 2. SS Gred, Joby, Devin, Todd, Brandon, Gryffindor Cubs, Ted, Paco, Devin. Let me put a Dash by SS Gred, just so everyone's name looks the same there. And let's go to our dice roller. Let's roll some dice. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're randomizing this list 9 times to determine the order. Best of luck. Here we go. Once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Devin, spot number 1. Joe B, spot SS Gred again. SS Gred, I got something I can throw in for you. It says a base card. I got a couple extra base cards I'll throw in for you because I think that's you at the bottom for both. That's just terrible. That's unfortunate for our good friend SS Gred. Sometimes that's how the breaks go. I know that all too well. Sorry. All right, let me get this up here on the screen. Sliding this over. And here we go. All right. Devin, you have the first choice. Devin says she wanted to go last. I think that's what she said. She was driven to go last. You have this. You have this. You have the coin. You have James Jackson Dana written words. Lincoln, the choice for Devin has been made. Devin has made her choice. I'm putting this with your other cards. I'm keeping box 1 stuff separate. There you go. I'll get these in the proper top loaders later. I know, Eric. Eric, this is the same. This is not the same list. You got last again. If you're just coming in, it did not end well for you, Eric. I'm sorry, but I said I have a couple of extra bases I can throw in for you. These were sent extra to me, so I have a couple of these that I can throw in just because I feel bad. This one's out of 5. This one's 1 out of 10. I know, Eric. I'm sorry. It was not good. I'll give you all the extra bases that I can. I was saying that sometimes that's how the breaks go. Not in anyone's, not in your favor tonight. Not in your favor tonight. I apologize, but I'll throw in some extra goodies for you to make it worth your while, because that stinks. I've been there before. I'll throw in a lock of my hair. I'll cut it off for you right now. I have to get a haircut anyways. Let me give you a lock of my hair, and in it goes. In it goes. The force was weak tonight. It was. You were the first one to claim too, so maybe next time don't claim right away. Wait till like 2 other people have, and then go and see if it works better for you. Because yeah, that's crazy. You went from top at the list, and then after the randomizations both times, you ended up being at the bottom. Crazy. Yeah, true. That did happen to Joe. Joe's first break, he was at the bottom of the list for every single thing, and then the very next time we broke, he was at like the top of the list for every single thing, and he was just on. He hit so many cards. It was incredible. So you never know. You never know. Joe, you're up next, though. So you let me know what you want here, Joe. You have the Orland Smith, the coin, the handwritten words. You are up next, Joe Good Sir. I don't think I officially have a thing for you yet, because we still have to wait on some of those results from box numero uno. Smith, he says. And then Tedtastic would be up. Although I do have a message here on Twitter, so let me see if that is from Ted. Because I'm not sure what... Because that's a tough one, because someone might want the coin, but then someone might also want the... this one. So that's tough to say. Tough to say. All right, let me check on the Twitters. Isn't that crazy? My #1 fan. Oh, that's true. It could be because you're sending me. You're supposed to send me the Firefly. There you go, Eric. There you go. That's tough, Moose. That's tough. I've had that happen. Oh, I've had it happen so many times. All right, I've not heard anything from Ted, so unfortunately, this break is coming to an end. Unfortunately, here is the number one fan. Here's my number one fan. It's the cat. It's Devin's cat. What a nice looking cat that is. Hey, little Castro's watching. I like it. That's funny. I've not heard from Ted. I did hear from Brandon, and Brandon did choose George McClellan. So box number one, that card that I thought would go to Brandon is exactly what he chose. He chose George McClellan. So he's got that one. Do I not like the Method body soap? No, it's fine. Method body soap is fine. I've been using the Method body soap. All right, so Brandon, whatever, Brandon M, it's Brandon A. So Brandon A, because I was cleaning and the Old Spice was there, so I wanted to get it off the shelf and just put it in the shower because I figured I'd use it. That's why. So Brandon A is going to get that McClellan, and then Joe B was getting the... Joe, you wanted the Twins card, right? Joe, you wanted the Loss of Sons card, I believe. And then the other ones were going to explain the Old Spice Ben. So I was cleaning the bathroom today. That was my job for the day. Yeah, sounds good, Kelly. Kelly, it seems like it's not going to happen with spots, with choices being made. So just be on the lookout at Twitter for this one. It seems like we're kind of at a standstill until we hear from Ted. So until then, I'll post the rest on Twitter and we'll go from there too. And then Eric, yeah, you'll get whatever's left. Eric, you're going to get these 3 from box number 1. And then I'm throwing in these other base for you. So at least you'll have a nice influx of base cards coming your way. Good night, Kelly. Thank you again, and congrats on you got that Lincoln Funeral Rose Relic card, so congrats on that. Very nice. What a great card that is. All right, so these are SSS Gred right there. And then Joe, I can put your card over here with your other one now. Nice card for you there, Joe. Very nice. And then we'll have to wait for Ted, because I'm not sure. I honestly don't know who would choose, which ones he would choose. The 2 cent is cool, and again, assuming he chooses that for the other one, then he could have a nice little coin collection. But the James Jackson Dana card is really cool too. So I don't want to make that decision between. So I'm not going to choose for him. I don't mind taking time and letting them choose that way. And SSS Gred's card there's okay. So box number 1 is good. Box number 2 we'll have to wait. And let me just go back and check on the Twitter. Refresh. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Let me take a picture of what cards are left here. Hey, Ottawa Gamers. Sorry I didn't see you come in. Have a good night, Joe. And take this picture, send it here on the Twitters. And there we go. Oh, American Idol. Well, that's good. That's always fun. Yeah. Well, that's all I have. I don't have anything else to break here. They sent me one of the things that they sent me. Sometimes they send bonuses in the boxes when I buy them. Not in the boxes, but like in the package when I buy them. So I got this like a proof sort of card that I thought was kind of interesting. So this is like what the cards look like before they put their relic in, or however they attach that. So this was a Stephen A. Douglas authentic handwriting sample, and then it says no relic included. So it's just like a proof of what the card is. So I thought that's kind of a neat kind of thing there. But yeah, I've been working on my own personal collection. I still haven't sent them in yet, but I have a whole big stack of stuff I'm waiting to send into PSA. I'm going to be sending in the Lincoln. I'm curious about whether or not they'll grade and authenticate this. This has actually been authenticated through eBay authenticators, which they do use PSA Beckett to authenticate, so that would be interesting. So I'm going to send it in and see. I'm going to send this one in as well, the Pickett Quantrill one. I'm going to send in the Brown Garrison one. Got a couple of these to send in: Green Goblin, the Spider-Man, Grandiose cards, and then I have a ton of these to send in. The Topps Now Avatar ones. These have been going up in price from what I've seen online, so I'm going to grade these. I'm also going to send this in with the interest of whether or not they'll grade this too. This is that gold certificate we pulled from that Santa Around the World box, and I just want to see if they'll actually grade it, because it would be funny to get that slab and display it. Hoe Cakes, of course. Hoe Cakes are going in. Can't forget to send some Hoe Cakes. This card, I wish it was in better condition. It's got a lot of whitening, but I just want to get it into PSA slab. So True Moose, yeah. But that's I'm not worried so much about the the quality necessarily, because those ones I'm not selling. Those ones I'm keeping in my collection. But I'm just curious whether or not they will authenticate, like if they will slab it as a sense of like authenticating that it's a genuine hair sample. I don't know if they would or not. So there's not too many examples. I know Beckett has done one, so kind of go from that. But yeah, the grade of it isn't as important to me. They're thicker cards, so they tend to have a lot of whitening on the bottom, especially from the ones that I've noticed and what I have here. Even the stamping on the back isn't like perfectly centered in the thing, so I don't know if they'll go for that. So I would think it could be like maybe a 7. I would be pleased with an 8. If it came back an 8 or higher on any of those relic cards, I would be pretty pleased with. So we'll go from there. I also picked this one up. This is Isaac Duval signature here. I'm going to send that in again just to see if they will grade and authenticate the autograph on that one too. Same thing with this, authentic handwriting samples. I have one of these I purchased from eBay. I want to send that in to see if they'll grade that. Rutherford B. Hayes authentic handwriting sample. This one's interesting. This one's numbered out of 29. That's another one. I'm just curious to see what they'll do with that. Got this Lotso from that. I just purchased this off eBay. I didn't open any of the Phantom Kakawau, but I like Lotso, so thought it'd be fun to send that die cut in. Some Undertaker cards to add to my Undertaker collection that I want to send in, just for kicks and giggles. So I'll have some there. Another one of those Avatar cards. I have this Darth Vader card here, numbered to 75 from Star Wars Galaxy. It's a pretty nice looking card. I'm hoping that grades well. And then a couple more Grandioses. Here I have Jefferson Davis authentic handwriting sample. And that's just one word. This one is difficult because the writing of the document here does not actually match the document on the back. And any example that I've seen of this document doesn't match the document on the back. But no need to worry. I contacted Historic Autographs and asked them about it, and they sent me the document that this actually comes from. So it's clearly from Jefferson Davis. It has it on there. They just misprinted when they put this picture of the document on the back. They just put the wrong one. But they sent me the picture of this, so it's authentic. It can be authenticated, but I'm wondering if they'll even grade these. I just don't know if they would or not. And then they started grading sketch cards, which is interesting. And so I'm going to send this Porg from Tim Proctor. I think it's a pretty funny sketch card, and it's really nice looking. I just love the artwork on it. So I'm going to send that in. So that's my pile right now. I wish these were considered trading cards, because if they were, I'd get an even better deal on sending them in, because I think they're doing $15 a card with trading cards like Pokemon and stuff if you send at least 20. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 cards right now. And I don't think I'm sending, and I think this is it. I don't think I'm waiting for anything else to send in. So 28 cards, it's roughly $20 a card. So that's going to cost me a cool, $500 some odd dollars. But all the Avatar ones will be for sale, so I'm hoping that I can make my grading costs back to pay for the ones that I want to keep in my collection. That's kind of my hope. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, let me check the Twitter one more time here. Got nothing from Ted. Hopefully he gets a hold. Ted, if you're watching this, if you just want to check your Twitter whenever you're seeing this and get a hold of me, so you can claim the cards, and then we will go from there. So I guess that's where we have to stop for tonight. That's kind of a bummer, but we can't do much else until we get the cards claimed. But so far, box 1's taken care of. Just got to do box 2, so not all bad on that. And I agree as well that that is a great era. Oh, I also picked up. I showed it the Jar Jar Binks card. I've been trying to get rid of all of these all of the junk cards. And by junk cards, I don't mean that they're junk, but just you open up packs, you open up boxes, you get a couple of cards, and then you just have so many leftovers, right? So I've been trying to just sell a lot of bulks, and I made a lot of sales, and I was able to clear out a ton of different stuff, which I'm very thankful for. But I've really been sort of fine-tuning my collection. I'm not opening up as many boxes. I'm opening up just more, or just buying more singles and stuff. So I feel like I'm looking around my office and where the collection, these different cards I have, and I'm finally getting to a point where I look at these cards and I don't look at them like I want to sell them. I look at them wow, these are really cool cards to have in the collection. There's only one card I look at right now that I want to sell, and that is the Green Goblin Red Precious Metal Gems, because it's got a terrible scuff mark on the back, which was disclosed in the thing, but it was worse in person than I thought. And so that's the only one I'm it's a cool card, but I'd rather get a better quality version of it. But I just look around at some of these other cards and I was yeah, this is really cool. I mean, they have a Jar Jar Binks autograph card, which is amazing. Shane Bieber Topps Chrome card, which is amazing. Captain America 9.5. Captain America MR card that Devin sent. I have Nien Nub and Rose that Paco sent from Star Wars. Undertaker autograph card that I got from a break. Cool cards. I finally look around, I'm man, I got some really nice cards that I just enjoy looking at and having on display. And then I hope sometime this week, I'm not sure, but I hope sometime this week I have this the chessboard. For those of you that have been on Twitter, I have the chessboard because I have all of the pieces. So the Marvel 2022 Fleer Ultra Avengers had this chess set, and they made chess pieces for all these different characters. And so I have every single chess piece. I took several weeks. I had a couple that I pulled from boxes. I purchased some online. I was doing all these different things. So I was chasing all these different pieces down. So I have every single chess piece, but then I wanted a really cool way to display them. And I was thinking about just a normal chessboard and putting them up or whatever, but it was just going to take up way too much space, and I just don't have enough space in the office to do that. So then I found the guy that makes straight up chessboards, which are wall hanging pieces, so it'll hang on the wall. And I was in talks with them to make sure that it was big enough, not necessarily for the pieces to fit within the square this way, but it's tall enough. So the pieces might actually, let me do it down here. So the pieces might be too wide, and so the square might be a little bit smaller than the pieces are. But I don't have to have them lined up you're actually going to play. I can move them around different parts of the board. It's mostly just again for display. but it's a straight up chessboard that hangs on the wall, has little shelves, and so I'll put all of the cards on these little stands here, and I'll put it on the stand, and then I'll put the stand on the shelf. And I made sure that with the stand and the card here, that the square was tall enough to be able to, there we go, that it was tall enough to be able to fit in between the shelves. So I'm pretty excited about getting that in. He said it would be 10 days to finish, I think, and that was 10 days ago. So I'm assuming sometime this week it's going to be shipped, and then I'll get to look forward to it. Put it up on the wall, put the cards up, and have a really neat display. So I'm pretty excited about getting that, and really excited to display these cards. They're just so cool. As soon as I started opening them and realized these chess piece ones, I was like, man, these are just they're so unique. It's such a cool idea. And I love, Avengers, and so all these characters and stuff that are here, it's just really neat. So, and the cards are really, the artwork and the other ones too that I had were just really, really nice. But so that'll be a huge aspect to my collection, which will be fun to display. Yeah, I'll post all sorts of pictures and everything else. But so anyway, so that's gonna do it for me for tonight, I suppose. Yeah, Moose. I feel like that's basically what this is, just with your chess pieces being, on a chessboard basically. But they're just little shelves. Actually, might as well pull up let me pull up a picture here. Let me see. Let me double check Twitter really quick. Nothing new on the tweets. Yeah, let me pull up a picture here really quick. That's what I'm talking about, Cat. And I talked to the guy himself that makes them. Really nice guy. It was neat to talk with him. Make myself really small and throw myself in the corner over here. All right, so check this out. So this is kind of the idea here, what they would look like. And I think I went with the black. I think I went black maple. I did. I went black maple with the checkered bronze frame. So this is what mine's going to look like, but it will be a little bit larger than what this one looks like. Let me see if I can. Doesn't want to show up here. Well, you can get an idea there. So anyway, yeah, the pieces will, so the cards will sit, in between the pieces here, and in between the squares. The squares will be slightly wider and definitely longer than this. So the board is going to be much bigger than what this board is. But yeah, it's going to be kind of neat, I think. And so again, I don't need the cards to necessarily fit within the square because they won't fit side by side all the way across. There's just not enough room, and it would have to be it's a custom board, but he would have to build it completely custom, like a board that he's never built before, to make it that wide. And it was going to be like another, I don't know, like $300 or something. I'm like, I just can't do that. So I said, well, I can still fit it within the confines of this board. I don't necessarily have to play it. It's mostly just for display. So being able to have the cards sit on the shelf and being able to have them again on the shelf without the being side by side, I can move cards down to the third row and the fourth row like it's been played, sort of thing, and kind of look at it that way and go from there. So I'm pretty excited to get this, and it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. I love the look of it too, this checkered frame and the look of the wood and everything with the black and white. I think it's going to look really well because they're hero pawns and villain pawns, and the hero pawns are all like lighter colored and the villain pawns are all like a darker color. So I think it's going to match pretty well with even just the look of the board. So it'll be really cool. I'm excited to get it and see how it looks. I'm gonna have to move some stuff here in the office to make room because I think it's going to be pretty large. So I have some stuff centered. I'm going to have to like push off to the side so that way I have enough room to display the chessboard. But yeah, pretty excited about that. Devin says, looks like Ted responded. Let me see. I can give him some time. That's fine. No problem. No problem, Ted. Sorry I'm late. Give me a bit here. No problem. All right. No problemo. Aunie's here. You've set yourself up. Very nice. Where's mine? Right there. Very nice. Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
So I'll plop that on him, and then if it goes badly tomorrow, I'll be like, take it off.
All right. So Ted did respond, so that's good. So we'll get a hold of Ted, and we'll work there. So we'll just work from Twitter on this for now. So if you're still waiting to claim a card in box number 2, just look at that Twitter group chat, and we'll figure out the rest there on the tweets and go from there. So we'll get these out soon enough. But anyway, that is it. That is the break. A lot of fun. Always good to hang out with you all. I think I missed a message. Moose, any MLB breaks coming? Moose, I don't think so. I got the Stadium Club Chrome just because I was like, oh, I had the chance to get it, so I was like, oh, this will be fun. I'll get it, and I knew it was kind of like popular. People were looking for it, so I was like, oh, I'll get this and do that. But I probably won't have any more MLB breaks coming up. I have nothing on the horizon anyways. I actually have no other breaks coming up on the horizon right now. I may buy a couple more boxes, maybe 1 or 2 more boxes of this. I'm still contemplating that. I know there's some other products coming out, some other non-sports type things, again, that are on the horizon. So I'm kind of looking for that and see how that goes. But yeah, it should be a good time. And I'll keep you all updated when we have more breaks posted and kind of go from there. And I'll let you know when we get this chessboard up and all the pieces and everything. I'll let you know when I send off my PSA submission, and we'll have a whole video whenever they come back and what they graded and what they didn't and what the grades came back as. So that'll be a fun time too. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining in and jumping in here on this break. Always, like I said, a great time to talk with you all, and appreciate every single one of you. Ottawa Gamers, Devin, Nathan, Moose, Caloraz, Paco. I think that's everyone who's still sticking around here, and probably somewhere Chunking is probably here watching, I'm assuming. So anyway, thank you all again for watching. I hope you have a great night. And Moose, I hope that the Yankees can beat up on the Twins. I don't know if the series has any more games left, but I hope that they can, so that way the Guardians, who are not doing very well, can make up some games, because I think we were tied, but then we lost 2. And I think we just lost again today, so we're probably down 3 games. So, yes, please go Yankees. That would be nice. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. And from William Quantrill and George Pickett and I, we say to you, good night. Bye.